Hello everyone, this is Deekshita. Today we are going to see one of the topic in data mining and data warehouse. The topic is data warehouse models. What is data warehouse model? Data warehouse modeling is the process of designing the schemas of the detailed and summarized information of the data warehouse. It means data modeling is a process of creating a visual representation of either the whole information of the system or a part of it to communicate the connections between the data points and structures. The goal of the data warehouse modeling is to develop a schema describing the reality or at least a part of the fact which the data warehouse is needed to support. Data warehouse modeling is an essential stage of building the data warehouse for two main reasons. Firstly, through the schema, data warehouse clients can visualize the relationships among the warehouse data to use them with a greater. This is the data warehouse model. The OLTF databases, Oracle are loaded into the warehouse loader. Why data modeling is important? Because data modeling ensures that all data objects required by the database are correctly represented. Omission of the data will lead to inaccurate reports and produce incorrect results. The omission of the data will result in incorrect reporting and bad outcomes. Data modeling aims to illustrate the types of data utilized and stored within the system, the relationships between them, how they can be grouped and organized, and the formats and attributes. The data model gives a clear the data model gives a clear picture of business requirements. Data modeling life cycle. In this section, we define the data modeling life cycle. It is a straightforward process of transforming the business requirements to fulfill the goals for storing, maintaining, and accessing the data within the IT system. The result is logical and physical data model for an enterprise data warehouse. The objective of data modeling cycle is primarily the creation of storage area for the business information. The area comes from the logical and physical data modeling stages as shown. This is the generation of data modeling cycle. First the business requirements, later the logical data modeling, then goes to physical data modeling, then fulfilled business requirements of data storage, whatever is given. Then there are different types of data warehouse models. They are enterprise warehouse, data mart, virtual warehouse. These are the different kinds of the first data warehouse is enterprise warehouse. An enterprise warehouse collects all the records about the subject spanning with the entire organization. It supports corporate wide data integration, usually from one or more operational systems or external data providers, and it's cross functional in scope. The enterprise data warehouse may be accomplished on a traditional mainframes, Unix super servers, or parallel architecture platforms. It required extensive business modeling or may take years to develop and build. Here it generally contains detailed information as well as summarized information and the range can be estimated from few gigabytes to hundreds of gigabytes, terabytes or beyond. Here the traditional mainframe computers, supercomputers or parallel architecture have been implemented in these platforms. Data mart. A data mart includes a subset of corporate-wide data that is of value to a specific collection of users. The scope is confined to a particular selected of subjects. For example, a marketing data mart may restrict its subjects to the customer, items, and sales. The data contained in the data marts tend to be summarized. The data marts are divided into two parts: independent data mart, dependent data mart. Independent data mart is sourced from data captured from one or more operational systems or external data providers, or data generally locally within the different department or geographic area. Dependent data mart are sourced exactly from the enterprise data warehouses. The last kind of data warehouse is virtual warehouse. Virtual data warehouses is a set of perspection over the operational database. For effective query processing, only some of the possible summary vision may be materialized. A virtual warehouse is simple to build but required excess of capacity on operational database servers. The virtual warehouse is another term for the compute clusters that power the modern data warehouse. It is an independent compute resource that can be leveraged at any time for SQL execution and data manipulation language, and then can be turned off whenever it isn't needed. Here, this is the structure of the data inside the data warehouse. It contains highly summarized data, lightly summarized data, current detail level, and ordered detail level of data. The older detailed data. It is stored in the form of mass storage and it is infrequently accessed and kept at the level detail consistent with the current detailed data. Lightly summarized data. Lightly summarized data is extract from the low level of detail found at the current detail level and is usually stored on the disk storage. When building the data warehouse, you have to remember what time of summarization is done over and also the components or what attributes the summarized data will contain. Highly summarized data. It is a compact and directly available and can be found outside the data warehouse. Metadata. This is the final. Metadata is nothing but the data within the data. This is the final element of the data warehouses and is really of various dimensions in which it is not as shown in which it is not as same as file drawn from the operational data. Why we need data warehouse modeling and what is its importance? Firstly, business requirement collections, improving the performance of data warehouse, provides documentation of the source and target system. Thank you.